So, Overboard Humor versus Jay. Now, I guess this video came out like somebody uploaded it like a month ago and I just saw it. And I'm gonna give you my take on the situation and just overboard humor in general. Play a little kind of devil's advocate. So, when I watched this video, overboard humor, I guess he was staying, he was still homeless and stuff like that, and he was staying with someone. And this shit was first of all, the guy, I guess he must have been staying there for a little bit or whatever, and the guy must have seemed like he was just tired of him being there. And the reason why I say that is because, he was like, listen, pretty much like, we need you to start paying some rent. You can't just be staying here for free and just kind of hanging out. In the video, he was like, you're cool and you're fun to hang around with, but like, we need, everyone is paying their share, and we need money from you too. And Overboard Humor, he's just like, he's not even really looking at the guy too much. Like, he's just kind of like staring at the TV and like staring at his phone. And I'm like, bro, seriously? Somebody is literally sitting there telling you that you need to kind of get a job and start paying your way here. We're doing what we can to help you out, and you don't even have the respect to even sit and even bother to look at the dude. Like, I mean, seriously, you gotta watch this video. I'm a title it, and then you can just, copy and paste it or whatever. But like this, and here's another thing about this video. I watched it on my TV, on YouTube or whatever, and I had to turn the volume up loud because there's times you can barely hear what the guy is saying. But pretty much he's like, you need to start paying your way and stuff like that. And then he gets to a point where he's like, you don't, like, basically the guy Jay's like, listen, me and my roommate or whatever, we grew up strict and stuff like that as far as like doing dishes and things of that nature. And, you're not even doing dishes and stuff like that. You're not even doing the dishes that we asked you to do. And then, Overboard Humor is like, well, I did more dishes, I mean, I did more dishes than him, but I did more dishes than you. And the guy, I guess at that point, it must have really pissed him off because he was like, yo, listen, you can take your shit, and he was like, yo, you can pay right now, you could take your shit and leave pretty much. Like he was prepared to kick him out that night. The guy, they go back and forth, and the guy's like, yo, you're not gonna sit there and argue with me in my own house. And this is where I kind of got to play a little bit of devil's advocate, a little bit, because I'm not saying that Overboard Humor's in the right. I mean, from all the videos that I've seen of him staying with people, he just seems like he's just like bumming out, he's like laying down, he has on, his shades, and there's one video where I felt like he was sleeping for a good 7 minutes. He just put it on stream, slept for like 7 minutes, and practically told people to fucking donate to him. And I'm like, why the fuck are people, like, shit like that just kind of annoyed me. But here's where I gotta play a little bit of devil's advocate. Okay, so, if this guy comes to your house, and his situation, and don't sit there and try to be kind of a dick or whatever. Like, if y'all arguing and shit like that, don't be kind of a dick or whatever and be like, well, you're not gonna argue in my house, and if you feel that way, you can leave, and blah 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 blah. It's like, yo, the dude is homeless. He's homeless, he has nowhere to go, he's staying at your place, and for you to sit there and like talk down to him, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little kind of fucked up. You're not gonna argue me in my own place. And then there's a couple of times he was like, oh, well, I'll just throw your shit out in the trash or whatever, and blah 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 blah. I was like, yo, listen, I get that he's in a rough spot, but don't sit there and talk down to him. Like, don't sit there and talk down to him just because he's in your house and he has nowhere else to go. Don't sit there and do that. But again, I'm pretty sure that he didn't start off doing that. I'm pretty sure it got to a point where Overboard Humor just wasn't doing anything. And when you watch the video, you know, he's talking to him for a good minute, and he's like, you know, there's one point where he's like, you know, everyone's paying X amount of money, you know, we want you to pay at least 200 or whatever. And he's like, oh, he was like, you tell me I gotta pay 200 just to sleep in a room and hang out on the couch? And he's like, yes. He was like, oh, well, I don't agree with that or whatever. I don't think that that's right. And the guy's like, well, this is my house and this is the rules. So if we don't like it, you can leave. And, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you had to just sit there and be honest. Like, and this is, you know, I've been hearing people, you know, in the comment section talk about, like, you know, people have given him chances and given him money and stuff like that, and he doesn't do anything with it, and he just kind of just sits there and chill. Like, if you watch a lot of his live streams, especially his older live streams, when the shit first started, you know, he's just like, you know, on his phone, or he's just chilling or whatever. Like, I watched a lot of his later live streams, and I mean, the reason why I didn't really do a video on them is because he's not really doing anything. You know, he's cooking, he's grilling or whatever, or he's in the park, or he's doing laundry. You know, nothing really too significant. The one thing that I will sit there and say is that he was on, I guess, Instagram or whatever with some model or whatever, and I mean, you say what you want about him. I mean, the dude is funny as shit. And he seems like, you know, like he knows like a lot of, you know, hot chicks or whatever. Now granted, in the video, people was there saying, I think it's on his page or whatever. It's like, you know, she's a clout chaser or whatever. I mean, that may be so, but I was gonna do a video on that alone, but I didn't find it really. I didn't really find it much to really talk about, so I just didn't do it. But yeah, definitely watch the video. There's one point, I mean, granted, there's one point he was like, I think he was like, well, you just need to take a walk outside or whatever. Me and my friend need to think, like, just leave. And Overboard Humor, I guess he gets in the car with him or somebody, and he's like, yo, you know, this is where he starts to pull the fucking tough guy act. And he's like, yo, if you think he's gonna, like, you know, if you think he's gonna put my shit out on the street, you know, I'm gonna punch him in the face or whatever. I was like, here's my whole thing, bro. Why did you say that shit when we was upstairs? You know, don't sit there and try to act like a tough guy when you get downstairs, you know, in somebody else's car and then start talking shit. Like, you needed to do that shit up there. But, I mean, at the same time, I guess I kind of get it because he's not in a position where he can just act like that, you know, like sit there and say that shit. Because he started, you know, when he says something like, well, I was washing more dishes than you, and then the guy got louder and shit like that, and you actually heard it. It's just one of those things, like, if you can watch it and you can turn up the volume, definitely do that. But listen, before I close out this video, you know, I want to sit there and say that I don't make these videos to try to kick the dude when he's down. I don't. And given everything that's going on with the whole pandemic and stuff like that, and, you know, it's really hard and really difficult to find work. So, you know, to some extent, it's like, it's not like I'm really giving him a pass, but it's, you know, the dude is homeless and there's not really, you know, a lot of jobs and things like that he can really do. So, you know, I don't want to cut the dude some slack because, to be honest, he should have been doing this shit a while ago. If I'm going to be honest, he should have been, when he was staying at people's houses, the next day, he should have been sitting there trying to, like, walk the pavement, trying to find a job and shit like that, trying to do something. But, you know, a lot of times he just wasn't doing anything, and the people just got pissed off and, like, just annoyed with trying to help out this guy that wasn't going to help out himself. And you know, somebody in the comment section said, you know, well, he doesn't want to work, so we should sit there and give him money. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Here's the thing, you know, generally, for the most part, most good-hearted people don't mind helping somebody out, as long as they show that they're trying to help out themselves. And he was doing a live stream one day, and people was commenting and stuff like that. And I think I might have asked about, you know, how is he doing with his daughter during this whole pandemic and shit like that. And I generally don't like to bring it up too much because there's certain things that I feel like there's certain lines that I won't cross. And the only reason why I'm sitting there saying this because it's like, you know, if he wasn't gonna sit there and try to work to try to find a job for himself, he should have been trying to do it for his family. And that's just something that personally annoyed me. Just okay, granted, I don't have kids and stuff like that, but I know that if my child was with my ex and stuff like that, or whoever, and I was homeless and I got a chance to be at somebody's house, crash at somebody's place, the next day I am looking for a job hard body. I'm looking for a job hard body. Whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it, because I'm not just, when you have a child, you're not just living for yourself, you're living for your loved ones. And the fact that I saw him just like sitting on the couch or whatever, painting his nails and doing all sorts of dumb shit with his hair, it's like, the fuck are you doing, babe? Like, are you kidding me? You have a fucking daughter, and this is how you're choosing to spend your time? Like, you're not sitting there trying to look for a job, you're not doing any of that shit, you just hanging out, bumming it and shit? Like, really, bro? This is... Whew, okay, so I'm gonna end the video right there. Thank you. Sorry for clapping. For all the comments that I get, about him and his situation and stuff like that. Definitely keep him coming. Listen, I'm not gonna sit there and say don't support the dude. Definitely support him. I just want the dude to actually, and he seems like he's doing, I saw him at the laundromat or whatever. I mean, I saw a video of him at the laundromat and just, trying to take care of himself. So, as long as he seems like he's going to try to, at least try to help himself out the best way he can, then definitely support the guy, definitely donate to his Cash App and things of that nature. During this pandemic and shit like that, it's hard for everyone, and it's probably especially hardest for the homeless, and he is homeless. So definitely help the dude out. And thank you for all the comments and support and stuff like that, and subscribers and things of that nature who watch these videos, who comment. I really appreciate it, and I really do enjoy doing these videos. And I mean, I enjoy doing the overboard humor videos to an extent, because I feel like it's a bittersweet situation. Like, I enjoy watching his videos, especially his earlier prank videos. They were funny as shit. I'm definitely a supporter of overboard humor, and it's sad that he's in this position right now. But I think as a subscriber of his, as a fan of his, I need to be honest with myself and the people who are fans of his, to let people know how he's doing and what he's doing. Because, again, the guy who got frustrated with him, he had every right. He let the guy stay. He let Garrett stay at his place for about 2 weeks or whatever. The guy clearly wasn't doing shit. He was just sitting there, being a bum or whatever, just hanging out on the couch, watching TV, not really trying to, not helping out around the house, not trying to find a job. And it's one of those things where it's like, listen, we're not gonna help you if you're not gonna help yourself. Like, nobody's gonna sit there and try to give you a free ride. We don't owe you anything. We're doing this out of the kindness of our heart. And when you watch the video and you watch Overboard just roll his eyes and just kind of just like look, not really looking at him while he's meant to say, you need to help out with rent, you need to help out with chores and stuff like that. We're helping you out, but you're not really giving us anything in return. And for him to sit there and not look at the guy while he's talking, for him to roll his eyes, it's like, I can understand why the dude, got at a point where he got at. And I can understand why some people were disappointed with him, because, no one wants to see somebody, homeless or not, not doing well. But no one wants to see somebody that is not going to respect the person who's helping them out, and who's just pretty much showing them their ass, and then getting in the car and be like, oh, I'd punch him in the face or whatever. It was like, yeah, okay. Why don't you try saying that when you're upstairs, buddy? Why don't you go back upstairs and try saying that shit, and let's see how well that goes. But I'm gonna close out this video, because this video is long. But thank you for watching, especially for watching to the end. Leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on the situation. If you've been watching his streams and stuff like that, If you've been watching this whole streams, let me know, because I gotta be honest, sometimes the streams are just too fucking long, and I skip and skim through them a lot of times if it's saved. But if you see something that I didn't see, if you know something I didn't know, write it down in the comment. I'd definitely love to sit there and talk about it. And you know, I always sit there and type in Overboard Humor to see when he's doing a live stream or whatever, or check my, you know, check my inbox or whatever, see if anything comes up. So if anything comes up for you, and you know something I don't, write it down in the comment section. I'll definitely love to sit there and chat with you, and you know, go from there. So have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this video. Like I always say, for right now, wash your goddamn hands, be safe, and I will catch you in the next video.